Good morning, students. Welcome to the online learning platform of Department of Civil Engineering, BMS Institute of Technology and Management. So, today we will be discussing about how to determine the force that is being exerted by a jet on flat and curved vanes. So, the organization of the PPT is what is the experiment, then what are the applications of the experiment, and then what is the typical setup, and where do you actually use this experiment in real time. So, as the term suggests, impact of jet on flat or curved vanes, it's easily understood that when fluid is moving in any natural or in any artificial system, it will be exerting what some forces on objects which it is in contact with. So, to analyze this fluid motion, what usually it's been done is a small region of the fluid is usually been selected, and effects of this flow, such as this force, the torque on this object, is being determined by calculating how much flow is going in and out of this controlled or of the controlled volume that we are considering. So the force that is being exerted by a jet of fluid on a flat or a curved surface can be resolved by applying the momentum equation. So this concept is really important when you have to study fluid mechanics and hydraulic machinery. So the force is obtained from Newton's second law of motion. So impact of jet means what? The force that is exerted by the jet on a plate, which may be stationary or it can be moving. So these are the following cases where you can find the impact of fluid on jet on vanes. So the force exerted by a jet on a stationary plate when plate is vertical to the jet, when plate is inclined to the jet and plate is curved. And second case is when force is exerted by jet on a moving plate. So plate is vertical to the jet, plate is inclined to the jet and plate is curved. So in your lab, that is 18 CVL47, we will be discussing on force exerted by jet on a stationary plate when the plate is vertical to the jet and plate is curved. So we are not discussing when the plate is moving. Okay. In our laboratory setup, we have a stationary plate. So moving plate, the typical example is the turbines. So the practical application is the engineers and designers usually use this momentum equation to calculate the force. So the main example is in hydropower plants, turbines are utilized to generate electricity. So you already know how the turbines work or the principle of turbine. So the turbines rotate due to force exerted by one or more water jets that are directed tangentially onto the turbine's vanes or buckets. So this impact of the water on the vanes will generate what? Will be generating a torque, causing the wheel to rotate and hence generating electricity. So this principle is essential to understand the principle or to understand the working of a Pelton wheel turbine. So the method it is the momentum force is determined by measuring the forces produced by a jet on a solid flat or a curved surface. So usually in our lab setup, we have a semicircular vane of 180-degree angle of deflection and a horizontal flat vane with 90 degrees. Sorry, it's not 900 degree, it is 90-degree angle of deflection. So this is a typical setup. You have both these set up in our FM lab, a flat plate and a curved plate. Okay, so with this, now if you go ahead to the video of how impact of jet vanes is being conducted, and then you have to go refer impact of jet vanes calculation. Okay, thank you.
Good morning, one and all. Welcome to the online learning platform at Department of Civil Engineering, BMS Institute of Technology and Management, Bangalore. I am Dr. Rajesh Gopinath and I am along with Mr. Vinod BR, and in today's session we shall be explaining to you the experimental setup, conduction and significance with respect to impact of jet on vanes. Welcome to Fluid Mechanics Lab. So, what are the learning objectives of this experiment? First, you shall be able to understand the properties of a water jet on vanes or obstructions. We shall be able to realize the significance of coefficient of impact on vanes in energy dissipation. Eventually, you will be able to understand the suitable applications of jets in hydraulic machines such as turbines and pumps. Basically, with respect to the conduction, we will be comparing the theoretical and actual forces due to impinging water jet on stationary vanes. These vanes can be flat vane or it can be a hemispherical vane or it can be a inclined vane. So now let us understand what are the basic parts of this experimental setup. Let us start with the sink. Okay, so now you are looking at the sump or the sink which is housing water for this experiment. If you come further below, you can see a pump and a motor fitted along with a valve. Okay, there are three valves which are seen here for varying functions, which will be explained to you when the actual conduction happens. Now let us come to the left of this experiment. You can see the pressure gauge which describes the head at nozzle. Now you are looking at rotameter, which basically tells you the flow rate. This instrument will tell you the flow rate in liters per minute. Okay, now let us look at the other parts of this instrument. So now what you are looking at is wherein we need to start the pump. So you can see the green button which is to start the experiment and the red one to switch off the power supply. Now you will be looking at a device which is below your vane. We are basically looking at the nozzle. Okay, so you can see that below the nozzle there is a blue pipe fitting. So basically this pipe is going to supply the water via the nozzle into the vanes. Okay, now let us come up of this apparatus. Now you can see a weighing machine, a weighing gauge, which basically tells you what is the pressure which is acting upon the vanes. Alright, now thank you for being with us. We shall now continue in the next presentation with the conduction aspect of it. Welcome back, friends. In the previous session, we had understood the basic parts of the experimental setup for impact of jet on vanes. Okay, in this presentation, in this video, we will be taking you through how to conduct the experiment. Since you are aware that when the instrument is switched on, it would make a lot of noise and hence the explanation would be subdued. Therefore, in this presentation, we will take you through the entire experiment wherein we will be trying to simulate the conditions with imagination. Okay, wherein you will understand how the experiment has to be conducted. Of course, at the end of this experiment, we shall also be recording one more video with actual operation. Now please remember that this experiment is to understand the impact of jet on vanes. As I told you, there are three vanes. Okay, now in this setup you are basically looking at the flat vane. Please remember that whatever explanation is given to you, you need to continue the same experiment by changing the vanes. That is, you need to remove the flat vane, attach the hemispherical vane, carry out the entire experiment, again remove the hemispherical vane, attach the inclined vane. Alright, so with this basic knowledge, let us start the experiment. The first step what you need to do is, you need to switch on the instrument. Okay, you need to switch on the instrument. Now to switch on the instrument, basically you need to switch on the green button. Please remember, as in every experiment there is something called as safety measure and precautionary measure. The precautionary measure in this context is you have to make sure that the casing has been closed. As you can see here, we have left it open for you to understand. So the first thing I will do is, first thing you need to do is, you need to close it, okay? And then you need to fit it, seal it into the apparatus. So your safety measure is in place. Secondly, you need to look at the weight gauge, okay? Please note it should be showing at 0, 0. There is a weight which has been attached to balance it. Okay. So now we are ready with the experiment. We have closed the apparatus. We have also balanced it to 0, 0. So in simple words, there is no force acting on the vane. Hence it is showing 0. When the experiment starts, the water will be hitting the vane and there will be a force exerted and the dial gauge here will be changing and this reading has to be taken. Okay, so now let us start the basic functioning. Step number 1, you need to press this green button. This will switch on the apparatus and initiate power supply. When this happens, water which is there in the sump is basically pumped up with the aid of the motor and pump arrangement. If you observe clearly here, there is a gate valve. The black, this is the gate valve. You need to regulate it for a particular flow condition, as you can go from higher to lower or lower to higher, but it has to be gradual. Okay, so by rotating this, you need to set a particular flow rate. Okay, so when you do that, the water in the sink or the sump is going to enter the pipe. Okay, let me open and show to you once again, but this you're not supposed to do when the conduction is happening. So the water will enter this pipe and then via this nozzle, the water is going to hit this vane. When the water hits this vane, then as you can see the movement here. See, this vane is going to move up or down. Okay, yes, as you increase the flow rate, the velocity will be higher, the pressure will be higher, and there will be movement upwards. So when there is a movement upwards, there will be a change or displacement of the pressure reading. Okay, so what else has to be done? How do you document it? What you need to do is, when you have a fixed flow rate, you need to understand what the flow rate is. To understand what is the rate of flow, you need to take the reading from the rotameter. Okay, when you increase the flow, the instrument, that is the bob, the plumb bob, will be rising. When it rises, you can take the reading. Okay, this reading will tell you what is the actual flow rate in liters per minute. Okay, for a given corresponding discharge, that is for a given particular liters per minute, you must take the corresponding reading in the pressure gauge. Okay, please note, you must carry out iteration of this experiment for varying flow rate. Say 5 liters per minute, 10 liters per minute, 15 liters per minute, 20 liters per minute. For each of these readings, okay, you must write down what is the value which is shown in the pressure gauge. Okay, my dear friends, we are done with the simulation part. What would you do after this? Once you have done the tabulation, you will have to open this, remove it, once you remove this, you need to attach the other vane and then you need to repeat the entire experiment. Okay, please note that in the next video we are going to show you the actual conduction. All right, after this video of actual conduction, we will be sharing one more video which will explain to you the tabulation, the calculation and the interpretation. Thank you. Welcome back, friends. So, till now, you have basically understood the theoretical concepts, significance of the experiment of impact of jet on vanes. Further, we had explained to you the basic experimental setup, and then further we had told you how you need to carry out the experiment. In this video, we shall give you the live demonstration of the experiment itself. Please note, once the instrument is switched on, there would be noise and you will not be able to hear any explanation. So what you need to clearly follow is, you need to follow my hand movement in the video. You need to look at the following readings. Okay. First one would be the reading at the rotamotor, which will change with change in flow rate. Second, based on the change in the flow rate, there would be change in the force, which needs to be observed here. So there are two readings you will take in the experiment for every flow rate. For every turn of your gate valve, you need to take two readings. One is the force reading and the other is the corresponding discharge reading. So let us start the experiment. So I am switching on the instrument. So friends, I just showed you sample of 10 and 20 liters per minute, but you must take iterations of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Please remember, more the number of iterations, lesser will be the error due to the manual error and instrumental error, and greater will be your efficiency and dependency of your results. Okay, so now that you have understood this experiment, what is the next step? Change the vane, repeat the experiment. So friends, we are done with the actual conduction. In the next video, we'll explain to you the tabulation and analysis. Thank you.
Good morning, students. You would have seen the video regarding the measurement of impact of jet on curved and flat vanes. You would have also seen the experimental setup and the way in which the experiment is to be conducted. In this video, you will be seeing how the calculations are being done for calculating the coefficient of vane for both the flat and the curved vane. So the observations that you will be requiring are measuring the diameter of the nozzle from where the jet of water is propagating, then the cross-sectional area of the nozzle. The formulae that you will be requiring are to compute the theoretical force exerted on the vane for the flat vane and the curved vane, rho A V square divided by G for the theoretical force on the flat vane, where rho is the density of water, A is the area of cross section of the jet, V is the velocity of flow, and G is the gravitational effect. Similarly, for the curved vane, the theoretical force is 2 times rho A V squared by G. The coefficient of impact is calculated as the ratio of the actual force divided by the theoretical force, and efficiency is also calculated as coefficient into 100. Now, coming to the tabulation, we have one reading each entered for the flat vane and the curved vane. These are the readings that will be taken on the equipment, where there is a rotometer which gives the discharge in terms of liters per minute, which is 5, and which is converted into meter cube per second, 8.3 into 10 raised to 5 meter cube per second. And the impact of this discharge from the nozzle onto the flat vane, the actual force was measured as 25 grams, converted into kilograms as 0.025. Similarly, for the same discharge on the curved vane, the force on the flat vane, curved vane was obtained as 40 grams, converted as 0.04 kgs. From the above readings, the velocity of jet coming on the flat vane was calculated as Q divided by A, Q being the discharge and A being the area of cross section of the nozzle. The value of velocity obtained for the flat and curved vane are 4.23 meter per second. The theoretical force in each of the case was calculated with the formula given in the previous slide as 0.036 kg for flat vane and 0.072 for the curved vane. So in both the cases, the coefficient of impact was calculated as 0.694 for the flat vane and 0.55 for the curved vane. So the efficiency worked out as 69.4 for the flat vane and 55% for the curved vane. You can do different trials with different discharges, and we can calculate the average values in both the cases of the flat vane and the curved vane. Coming to the calculations of how we arrived at the above answers, the diameter of the nozzle was measured as 5 mm, cross-sectional area was 1.95 into 10 raised to minus 5 meters squared. Velocity was calculated as Q divided by A, Q for the particular discharge in consideration, 8.3 into 10 raised to minus 5 divided by A in the previous value, where we got 4.23 meter per second as the velocity. In the case of the flat vane, the actual force obtained from the experiment was 0.025, and the theoretical force calculated with the formula was arrived at 0.036. Hence, the coefficient of the vane was calculated as 0.694 and the efficiency 69.4%. In the case of the curved vane, the actual force from the experiment was 0.04 kgs. Theoretical force was calculated with the formula as 0.072 and the coefficient worked out as 0.55 and efficiency as 55%. Thank you.